All right, fellas, we are now live for episode 4, college football sports betting channel, hosted by Josh and James. We told you all week. Got some special guests here. Got some friends, Law Dog. Got my boy Jay Franklin here. Hosted by Josh and James. We told you all week. We're gonna got some special guests here. Got some friends, Law Dog. I'm my boy Jay Franklin here. Hosted by Josh and James. We told somebody got there. I can hear myself. Got some special guests here. Got some friends, Law Dog. I'm a boy Jay Franklin here with Josh and James.
I don't know where it's coming from. I ain't got nothing on.
I think I figured it out. All right. I think I got it. All right. So we're going to first start off what a teaser is, everybody. So we always do this. We always do this when the show starts. So a teaser, just keeping it super, super, super simple. This is what a teaser is. If John C. Smith is playing UNC, and UNC is favored over John C. Smith by 21 points. If you do a teaser that is 7 points, UNC is now favored by 14 points. If Georgia is playing Clemson again, right, and the spread is 28, and you add a 7-point teaser, the spread is now 21, and it works for the opposite side. So you could take Clemson plus 35 because 28 plus 7 is 35. So it works like that. It also is the same concept as a parlay. So if you pick a 4-team teaser for 7 points or whatever the spread is, and one of those teams loses, the ticket loses. So you have to put up a little bit more money, but it increases your odds in winning. So, for example, if you just feel like the teams that you're picking, they may not win by the spread. You're like, they may not win by 35, but I know they're going to win by like 30. This is where the teaser comes to handy at. Now, you have to bet. You probably need to make 1 to 3 tickets with either the same teams or kind of mix and match. That's why we do a pool of teams. That should be able to help you be over 80%.
Stick to the pool. Stick to the pool.
Okay. Now that's going to go minute 2:30. So I make sure I bookmark this when I'm clipping this up, Josh. All right, so guys, when we give out picks, we're not telling you what we're reckoning. We're telling you what we pretty much know or we feel confident. Stop mixing and maxing with your pick and our picks and the picks you got from over there. Just take the teams that we're telling you, okay? If you took Florida this week, nobody said on this show, take Florida. That was not an official pick, okay? No one said take Clemson. That was not an official pick.
Absolutely not.
We definitely didn't say the Clemson game was going to be close. The Florida game, we said it could be competitive. It could be competitive, but we're going with Miami. So if we give you picks, don't be adding with your homeboy or what you feel is comfortable. Just play the picks that we got. And last thing, relax. Stop trying to force the issue on Thursday. If it's not a good read, like stop trying to bet on Duke and Northwestern, bro. Don't ask me about like what's going on. Like I can give you like some like advice, but as far as official pick and it loses, do not call me or do not call Josh. Oh, you gave me the bet. No, that was not on.
That's not what happened.
Show. So just want to get that out the way. All right, fellas, we are going to start with one of the most popular games that everybody pretty much has an opinion on. We'll see if we can come to a consensus agreement. So I'm going to bring it up. We got Colorado heading to Nebraska. The original spread is 7.5. With the teaser, it would be Colorado.
Hold on. So I know on y'all show, y'all like to have, your college gear on or your favorite team or who you support, all that kind of stuff. You got Charlotte for you, and I know the Clemson is near and dear to y'all over there and all that, but I don't have a shirt, but I do got this, though. Let you know where we coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. We here. We not coming no more. We here.
Oh, my goodness.
We here.
Perfect timing, baby.
Tell you what, last week we were almost not here.
All right, now this is going to get clipped up.
Yeah, this is definitely getting clipped up.
Larry, you got to stop thinking with your heart, man. Start using your eyes and what they putting on the field.
And see, that's what sports betting is for. So when your heart is in it, if you don't want to be too sad, then you just bet against your heart. And so either way,
I want to hear
a good day.
I want to hear what he got to say. So what you feeling, man?
So we got with the teaser. Remember, we're just doing teaser. We're not even talking the regular spread yet. So with the teaser, Colorado versus Nebraska, 14.5 with the teaser or Nebraska money line. I'll start with you first, Larry. What you think?
Okay, so let me get this straight. So if Nebraska wins they have to win by 14 to cover?
No, they can't beat Colorado. They can't beat Colorado by more than 14, or the ticket will lose.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Colorado's getting spotted 14 points.
So this is what I would say. I'm gonna go with the Colorado side of that, and it's not just betting with my heart; it's because it is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad with that pick.
It's either side for this.
Right. When you look at it, though, Colorado is a scrappy team. Yeah. Look at who they lost by more than 14 to last year. Like you can say Oregon, that was just they got dog walk. But other than that, who else can you really say?
And that's it.
Washington State, they were beat up. They had people who were sick, stuff like that. That's that game. That was another, Cam Ward should be a top 3 quarterback in the draft, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
When it's all said and done. So
shout out to Canes Connection.
Right, but what do we have right now? We got Nebraska with a 5-star freshman quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. We got it. It's at Nebraska this year, which is going to be a big swing towards Nebraska. But last year, Nebraska should have lost by about 13 points. They were closer than that because of a late touchdown.
They lost by like 16.
Or 20, right. It should have been 20. It should have been 20, right? And so I just think Colorado's going to score.
I agree.
They're going to score.
Yeah, I agree. Me and Jalen briefly talked about that. I was just like, Colorado plus 14, I feel like I can watch the game and not stress as much, but I still think Nebraska's going to win. But 14 for them, for a team that throws the ball 45 times and has an electric receiver, he's a gotta-have-it receiver. Like, if they gotta have it, he can get it. So you spotting them 14 points, and I watched the Nebraska game. I saw their corners give up some deep balls, and I'm like, I don't know who this receiver from UTEP is. And we got Horn and Hunter coming to town. But just kind of like what I said about Florida playing competitive, and I was completely wrong. I think Matt Rule has this game circled on his calendar, so I do think they're going to play tough. What do you think, Josh?
I wholeheartedly agree. With the teaser, you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
So it's not really much to talk about with that.
No.
It's pretty much how you want to choose sides.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Jalen? Do you agree?
I think Nebraska's going to win. They can run the ball. They didn't run it much last game. They can run the ball, and Colorado still having an issue getting pressure in the front seven, not getting home on pass plays, and unable to stop the run. We saw that from North Dakota State. This is a lot of the same issues we saw last year they were having. They did protect Shedeur a little better, and like you're saying, the DBs were getting toasted by UTEP. So Sanders and Hunter and Weaver, we forgot about Weaver and Horn. They posed to have good days, but I don't think it'll be enough in the long run because Nebraska's probably going to slow the ball down again.
When we talk about this later, go ahead.
What's that, Josh?
I was going to say he brought up a good point that concerns me, and you were laughing at me. Because I had the running back for 25 yards.
Oh, my God.
It's alarming to me that Colorado can't run the ball.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it shouldn't be any easier this week, but I need them to be able to run the ball. I'm not betting on it like I did last time, but I need to see that as a better going forward because Shedeur can't drop back 45 times.
He can't do it,
bro.
He can't do it, man.
He can't do it. Like, you can't keep putting him in these type of situations. And so
that's a lot of pressure. You are the sole piston on the offense. If you don't throw the ball, you lose.
If he don't throw the ball,
bro.
Shedeur doesn't throw the ball for 330 plus, they are out of the game.
Out of it.
If I look in the stat sheet and you told me that Colorado won with Shedeur only 240 passing yards, I'd be like, what happened? Turnovers?
6-6. Yeah. Gotta be turnovers.
Like defense was to play a shutout game. Had to.
Exactly.
You know
And I,
what?
I want Deion and Shador to do well, but I think they're cutting corners when it comes to recruiting and stuff like that. So they're trying to get quick fixes, and I
I
don't
hear
think
what
that's
y'all.
gonna in the
I hear
long
what
run
you're
gonna work.
saying, and I really think that one part of this that I'm kind of hoping is the issue is that North Dakota State was not the pushover that people would
No,
assume that
Oh
they
no,
are.
no, I said
You
that from
know,
the jump.
I think
and
college
what
football fans knew that North
right,
Dakota State was gonna be a
and
tough
and
game,
what does North Dakota State hang their hat on every single year?
running the
Running the
ball.
ball and
Yeah.
stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's a tough front they played against, man. Like they didn't have a bunch of draft picks. They had a bunch of disciplined guys who knew what they were supposed. They was covering their own hole. They was covering
Mm-hmm.
their
Yeah.
gap.
Well,
And I
I
also think that if
go
you look,
ahead.
I'm sorry. Once let me finish this real quick. So another thing you got to think about it. Shador has a lot of freedom at that line of scrimmage, and when he
Yeah.
see that them boys is about to be running butt naked down the seam, he's gonna pick the pass play every single time.
Yeah,
Yeah. I just think,
we don't know how much he checks from run to pass. So
and that's what I'm more worried about that too, because that's insane. Because you have to run the ball. Like this game will be at 7:30. The people in Nebraska are gonna be out there all for 15 hours for this game. They might be sleeping overnight, you know, in a trailer. You know that tailgate about to get hectic for this game. They're gonna be loud. They're gonna be, and they might even get a reprieve with it being so late because they're gonna be tired.
yeah,
It's like they're not gonna be able to late in that game. It might not be as loud as it was at the beginning of the game. So what you were saying about Shador making checks at the line, what's the total with the spread? We don't have to bet on. I just like to know because I like to see what Colorado's
58,
total would be high.
58 and a half,
58.
58,
So it'd be
56
like
and a half, 56
yeah,
and
so
a half.
it'd be like 51, 52 with the teaser.
Mhm.
So they're thinking the Nebraska's gonna run the football and shorten this game. And I just think every time they touch the ball, they're gonna score. So it's gonna be very interesting to watch. But either way, with this, y'all could pick because I'm with either way.
Yes,
I wouldn't touch the points on this game because it could really go. It could go either way.
we're gonna stick with, so everybody agrees pretty much Colorado plus 14 and a half or
Mhm.
14.
I think that's
Real.
easy.
I agree. Colorado 14 and a half. So moving on, minute 12, we are going to go Texas, Michigan. So I'm gonna let Josh start with this one because he is on record saying something comfortable, and I'm gonna back him, and then I'll let y'all too. We've been saying it all summer, so I'll let you go, Josh.
I'm taking this spread to 17, man. And honestly, for myself, I'm gonna go ahead and say it for myself, just because I want to see. I'm gonna do it at 20. I just want to see because this is my thing. Michigan cannot score, and I know they play good defense, bro, and I know they're gonna get stops, but eventually the dam is gonna break. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's gonna be points scored in this game by hook or by crook. Sark is gonna figure you out. He's not about to sit there and score 21 points. So I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah. So I agree with Josh. I don't know about 20. I think somebody's typing actually. I agree with Josh. 17, 17 to 20. I don't like it that high, but I do think Texas will win by at least 10. Now, again, we specialize in teasers, so I'm not really just going to be saying that too much. But with the teaser, it would be Texas money line. I mean,
no brainer.
What you got to say, Jalen? What you think?
I mean, just like Josh said, man, Michigan can't score. They have a pseudo ranking just like Florida State. They're top 10 just because of who they are.
They're not the ninth best team.
It's a hat tip. You know, you had a great year last year.
Yeah, and I get it.
Great job.
Like if it wasn't for that, Cincinnati would have never gotten to the playoffs that year they went because of the year they had before. So I get what they do. Like you give the defending champs their credit, but Texas is gonna show the world that they are not the Michigan of old.
What do you think, Larry?
It's gonna take Collins some time up there in Michigan, man.
What you think?
I'm gonna say this. I know I wore the right hat because I'm going with Texas too. At the end of the day, Texas defense is better than people think it is.
It is.
And you're gonna see a lot of Xavier Worthy in the end zone, boy. That boy's a dog, and they're gonna try to put, their first
You
round
mean
corner
Isaiah
on and
Bond?
stuff like that.
You
But
mean Isaiah Bond? You mean Bond?
You mean
yeah,
Worthy
Isaiah
left
Bond?
already.
You mean
Isaiah
Isaiah
Bond.
Bond?
yeah. Bond, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah,
But Worthy probably gonna be there.
he gonna be there. He gonna be there like this.
Exactly. He gonna be there.
But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, man, Texas about to run through them boys, man. So
Yeah,
I take Texas any day of the week, no matter what the money.
I
I'm
think.
taking Texas money line.
Yeah, we're all taking Texas on that money line. I'm pretty cool with that because here's my reason. I went back and watched film, and I was saying it all summer. Your defense, we're in a new age, a new era where your defense could be really good, but if your offense can't get the stops, what are we talking about? So you can stop Texas. The score can be what? Let's just say 17-9, something ugly, and you're in the game for the third quarter, and then boom, deep pass.
There it is.
24-9.
These
It's over.
offenses, these players are so skilled now, and the offenses are so
Yeah.
explosive. It's like it's almost your defense is bend, don't break. You got to get the stop. You got to get in the box when you can get in the box, but you keep playing around with your food.
And you
And
go down there, let's just say Michigan responds, they go down and get a field goal, 11 or 12, 8 or 9, plus 3, so 12 or 11. Texas comes back, box. Now we're at it's 17-8. Now it's fucking 30. It's 28-11 with
It get
12
out of hand
minutes
real
left.
quick.
And now your offense, and now you can't play your style of football, and that's called running the football. You're gonna have to throw that, and you can't do it.
You can't do it.
If you have two
Michigan.
quarterbacks, you only got one. I mean, you don't have none. You got two
Yep.
quarterbacks, you got none. And here's another thing from me just listening to other podcasts. Michigan has scheduled their offense around the running quarterback. He didn't win the job.
yeah,
So your whole offseason was basically like this running quarterback. He's like, okay, we're going to run the football, be physical, and then the other guy that's more of a pocket guy wins the job. So now you're telling me you got to scrap your whole offense.
I think honestly, I think the other guy won the job outright, but I think that they have some loyalty to Alex, and that's why he's getting his wildcat snaps and he's getting his gadget plays. But I do think by week 4 or 5 he won't be getting too many more snaps.
I don't think so.
If you got two quarterbacks, you got none. And I think they have a quarterback, but they're being loyal to Alex. It's because he could have hopped in the portal as soon as he knew he wasn't going to win the job.
Exactly.
Right. So
all right,
I can think of a job right now in Tallahassee that has a vacancy.
I think they should have put that quarterback from Texas, Malik Murphy. But that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
but they didn't approach it right this offseason.
And
we'll get the mic.
This is what I'll say about Michigan. Anytime Michigan's going to have any type of dynasty or a good team, it's going to be based off having dominance at the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
Screw, and they don't have it, and they're not going to be able to do that
against Texas. Texas showed every single one of the offensive linemen is getting 6 figures at least, and then 2. Texas has showed over the past couple of years that they can go toe to toe with lines like Alabama and stuff like that.
Bama.
Yeah,
they're not.
That's who they're recruiting with. You can just look at the recruiting. That's the Texas is right there with Alabama. They're with Georgia.
If you're not in that top knock on the door, here comes Sarkisian. The board come right behind them. They're recruiting the same boys in the same areas.
Sarkisian wife is the Reds. I'm going with him.
They're not together no more.
They got divorced.
Yeah, they got a divorce. Yeah, they got a divorce. A mutual whatever. All right, so we got Colorado plus 14, Texas money line. We got Texas money line. Now we're going to go Alabama minus 24 over USF. So I want to lead this one because I got some points I want to bounce off y'all. So last year, Larry brought it up when we were texting back and forth. USF caught Alabama sleepwalking like it was a preseason game. I want to say it was like week 1, week 2, and the weather was nasty. It was a delay. And Milroe got benched, so they caught him sleepwalking. And the game was like 7-3 going at halftime. They wound up winning like 17-3 or something like that. And in their mind, in Nick Saban's mind, and I know if you guys were head coach of the team, that's a loss. You lost that game. There's no way, no reason for we should be only beating USF by 10 points.
Yeah.
Going into
this game is in Alabama, correct?
It's
Yes,
in
in
Alabama.
Alabama.
I do not think they will get caught sleepwalking. I think they're going to establish dominance and show, okay, we remember us running sprints after practice because we played y'all so close. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. So
Exactly.
for me, I'm taking Alabama minus 24. I want to know how
You
y'all
wouldn't even blink.
Same. I think the exact same as you, Chip. And the reason I think that is because last year, I think it was week 2 or 3 that they played them. And they had some Alabama had bad quarterback play before, right?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
They didn't even just bench Milroe. They didn't play him on purpose. They wanted to play the second and third string to see if either one of them had lightning in the bottle. Right? They did not. And that game was only won by 14 points, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
They're actually trying to win the game from the very beginning. They're gonna get blown
and it's
out.
in Alabama.
They're gonna. It's in Alabama. You know how hard it is playing Alabama.
Believe me, I know every other year we got to go down there.
I don't think they're gonna score.
And that boy got PTSD.
I don't think Steph's gonna score.
They
like this
unless it's garbage time,
like, bro. It could get like very ugly. Like everybody there got a bad taste in their mouth.
Everybody. So yeah, Jayla, you got much to say on this, or we all agree for that?
No, I think they're gonna go in and handle business. This is because
I didn't even write the other team. What's next? What's next?
Okay, so right now, guys, chat. We're all 3 for 3 and agreeing on the spreads. Next up, we're gonna go Charlotte, North Carolina. So UNC versus North Carolina. So for me personally, I watched us give up against JMU. I do think we're a better. I do think we're a better team than what we showed, and I watched us lose by 20 something. And I know this running back for Amari Hampton Tar Heels don't have a quarterback. Max Johnson stinks, but he broke his leg, and the other guy, he might be a little bit better, but he's not a thrower. They're going to hand the ball off 32 times. And I did watch the Tar Heels trench work, like their middle 7 was all right. They had some big bellies down there. So that's my only reason I'm like, they're going to beat us by the spread. So what do you have to 15 and a half?
That's the spread?
No, that's for the teaser.
That's for the teaser.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
22.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm writing it down.
With the teaser, I'm definitely taking North Carolina, and simply because of what you said, you saw a team give up, right? With this and this transfer portal ever, when it rains and pours, like you don't have people who've been there for 4 years who like, man, we gotta nut up anyway. They're like, man, we about to think about transferring, right? So, I don't really see them picking themselves up from being demoralized against JMU to picking themselves up to play against Chapel Hill. They're not doing that.
Yeah, I agree. That's another one.
Or they could see blood in the water with UNC losing their quarterback, saying that they may have.
And that's where I was about to go next. So
they say, hey, we may have a chance. They don't have their guy.
So here's my thing. I know how this shit works, man. Like I watched Charlotte go down to Florida, but last year I can't even tell if that was a good loss or Florida was just that bad. They only beat Charlotte by.
I mean, you played against the quarterback that y'all have now, so that was. I don't think Graham played it.
And then the UNC quarterback situation, they had 29 passing yards at the half. Combined, the teams that played. So I'm like, there's no film out on
Johnson.
This guy. Yeah, no, Johnson's gone. I don't even know who this quarterback is. He's a black guy. He's a dual threat.
So his numbers are not even registering. They were so low. Let me look at it.
So that's my only saying. If I'm on the defense, I'm like, man, hold on, bro. Like, we know Amari Hampton's getting the ball, but so did Minnesota. He still had like 150 rushing yards. So
Minnesota, Minnesota, that's a Big Ten team, right? In the
Yeah.
trenches.
And they're gonna play
They are
defense.
Big Ten in the trenches,
Yes,
and they still got
exactly.
ran against like that. And
Yeah.
so, how many rushing yards did JMU have against Charlotte last week?
Oh, like 200.
Yeah.
The quarterback had like 70 of it.
And
So-
Amari had 30 carries for 129.
And you talking about demoralized? Raise your hand if you played defense. At the end of the day, whenever
first
Sugar
drive,
get no
bro.
push on the line, you know how that feel. Whenever
That
that
first
shit just
drive.
comes at you, you know how that feel, man. And I don't think they're
So-
get a pushback. I'm sorry.
So we'll add that to the pool. We'll come back if y'all want to add that as a. We have to pick 6 teams that we all agree on. I'm not comfortable giving that one out. I could put it on. I'll put it on the pool, but I don't know how comfortable I am. I do think they'll win by. I just don't feel like sweating that game. I feel like there's other games out there.
Yeah.
The next one we're gonna go to is Tennessee, NC State.
Ooh.
Spread with the teaser is -1, so money line.
Ooh, that is close. That's gonna be a good game.
What was the line with the teaser again?
Money line.
-1 and -1, so money line basically.
I don't think
So they're favored by 7 points.
I don't think it's gonna be that great of a game, Jay.
What?
I don't either.
No.
Me either, bro.
Tennessee, bro. Do you realize that they just pushed 2 quarterbacks to the league so that Nico could play?
Yeah, they did. They got built up out of there.
The
Yeah.
only
And
thing
Hendon Hooker.
what you just said about UNC Charlotte. If UNC State played bad last week, I like their coach. I don't know if it's me echoing. That sounds crazy, but
I think it's you. You might have to put your headphones in. But I do think while Josh fixes his thing, I do think Tennessee just scores too much, and I think Nico's a Heisman candidate next year. I really do.
Nico played a bad team. He made some ill-advised throws against that team. He played a bad team, and he was able to get away with it. That's why it looked so good. If you go back and watch the game, it was some of them throws. I know the coach was like, no.
Yeah, he was rolling. He was just throwing across.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
But the thing is, I watched that Friday game with NC State and Western, and I mean, Western was doing whatever they wanted, regardless if Nico don't play well. I just think that Tennessee's just the better team. So who do
you think Western Carolina would have played Tennessee? You think Tennessee would have beat Western
Tennessee would
Carolina?
have beat the draws off of them.
Draws off of them. Hey, and that's because being from North Carolina, Western Carolina has never been a team to talk about.
Yeah.
I think they might have had one notable year in my whole life. Like they're not like that. Like
Yeah. So you're telling me that if Western Carolina went down to Tennessee and played Tennessee, the score would Tennessee only would have won by whatever 17 or 10 because the game was close.
I'm saying, but would they have won 70-3 like they beat Chattanooga?
I think they would have won closer.
It wouldn't have been 73, but it'd probably about 56-3. But so
56-10 or something.
Like Jalen, I'm gonna ask you this. Ship, Western Carolina's mascot is a Catamounts, right?
Yeah, Catamount.
Have you ever heard of a team called the Catamounts being decent at football?
No. And not nothing.
Never.
Bro,
So,
Western Carolina is supposed to be a gimme game. The spread was 33.5.
NC State played with their food.
They play with their food, and I don't think they're that good this year. They're gonna play a couple teams tough this year, but I don't think NC State's that good.
Right.
Oh, no, me either.
They're gonna have some moral. They're gonna have some moral victories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna really win because they lost their best receiver.
I think they beat Clemson.
They always play Clemson tough though.
I think they beat Clemson.
Yeah, but matter of fact, that's what we're gonna transition.
Florida State is an upset.
All right, so we're gonna rotate because Jalen just led us into that. Minute 30. Clemson versus Appalachian. It would be a 10.5 with the teaser or Appalachian plus 24.5. Now that means Clemson has to win by not 10, they got to win by basically 13, 12, 11 because it's 10.5. So what do y'all think about that?
I really wouldn't put. You give me App at 20. If you give me App at 24.5, Clemson is not beating by 24.5. Now with the teaser, what it drops it down to what 12, 13? What does it drop it down?
No. Yeah, so the teaser brings it up to 24.5. App 24.5.
Yeah, give me App State 24.5. Clemson is not beating App State with 24.5. No.
What you think, Larry?
I think the exact same thing as Jay because at the end of the day, Clemson is not good, and App State is always scrappy. App State has never been just terrible,
man. And they like you said, they smell blood in the water. They know this Clemson team.
Here's my thinking with that. I'm like, it's more of a, bro, you gotta be at, if I could get it to 10, you gotta be at by 10 points, Dabo. Like, I realize you played Georgia. Your skill positions are bad, but they're better than App.
Are we sure? Utah, hey, I don't want to get into it on the pod, but you saw what they lined up out there. Are you sure?
You heard what your boy. You heard. We ain't gonna say it on live, but you heard what your boy Rodney White said.
Hey,
Rodney White says.
I'm gonna say this. I know some good CPAs that came out of Clemson, and they might have been on the field. So, hey,
all right.
Hey, App State ain't never really been no pushover like that, man. And like, if you think about it,
it's gonna be a tough game either way.
This game right here is a pro game. It's a program game. Like this right here is one where the coaches hang their hat on it and say, "We played Clemson tough down to the wire."
They only lost to Carolina last year. The last 2 years, they lost to Carolina by a total of like 8 points, I think. 8 points. So, I think so. Basically, 24 points. That's going to be what's that? That's 3 touchdowns and a field goal. I don't even think Clemson's offense is capable of doing that.
Nope.
Is their offense even capable of doing that?
That's what I'm saying.
So we'll move along with that, and we'll wait for Josh to come back. So 24.5, we'll come back to it. Yep. Next up to order of business is Utah and Baylor. So I'm really conflicted on this. Utah minus 7.5 or Baylor plus 21.5. Well, first of all, let me say this before I let y'all pick. I'm never taking Baylor 21.5. Not until they get their life back together. Yeah, there you go, Josh.
I agree with that.
So Baylor plus 21.5. I would not be comfortable with that. But are y'all comfortable with Utah minus 7.5? That means they have to win by 10. I want y'all's thoughts on it. I picked Utah, but I want someone to talk me off the lid, or somebody to give me. I want someone to give the chat or give me something, the reason why that's not a safe bet or why that shit can not happen. Is there a world?
I don't think so. I think you're right. Utah, Baylor is it's still another unproven team. Like that's why it's so hard betting on these week 2 games, is because everybody has their preseason games, so teams look a lot better. Like Auburn scored 73 points in Alabama, right?
They beat the draws on them.
You know what I'm saying? And they giving me hope going into next week. But I know if it was Georgia, it'd have been another story, right? But you just never know with Baylor. You never know what Baylor. But Utah is one of those proven teams that are going to be good as long as Cam Rising
is not playing with y'all.
He's not. So he missed all last year. He on y'all bumper.
I say this. When you look at the Big 12, right? This is a Big 12 matchup. Utah and Baylor. Utah is supposed to be a top 3 team at worst in the conference, and Baylor is supposed
Yeah,
to be a bottom 3 team at best in the
yeah,
conference. And I don't
yeah,
think that the Big 12 is got a 10-point gap from those. I think it's gonna be more
yeah,
parity than that. So
Mind
I think
you,
Utah is safe bet.
the last 5
yeah.
games, Baylor, they lost to Houston, lost to Kansas State, lost to TCU,
Nasty.
lost to West
Nasty.
Virginia. Like,
And they giving it up over there too on the defensive
that's what I'm saying.
side.
They getting the draws up. They giving them up.
When I want
How many touchdowns you want?
So
So,
we all agree. So we agree Utah minus 7.5, 8.5, 9.5 up to 10.
Any of that works.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So we're moving along with that. Now we're gonna start. Let me see if we got. Okay, so I'm gonna. This will be our last This will be like our last mid to smaller spread.
Mhm.
I personally love this pick. Me and Jalen were going back and forth on the phone yesterday. Oregon minus 12.5 or Boise plus 26.5. I'm not gonna say what I like. He's not gonna say what he likes. What do y'all, Josh and Larry? Josh, you go first.
Hey man, I went back to watch Boise State. I like them plus 26.5.
There we go.
What about you? What about you, Larry?
You said Oregon State was what now?
Minus 13.5, so 12.5. So basically, they won by 2 TDs.
It's Oregon, not Oregon State.
Really, I mean Oregon. It's Oregon. It's in Oregon. It's minus 12.5.
You said wait, Oregon or Oregon State?
Oregon versus
Oregon.
Boise minus 12.5 or Boise State plus 26.5.
See, if you'd have asked me this on Friday, I would say take Oregon every day of the week, double down.
Oh,
but right now,
bruh.
I you know what? I don't like Dan Lanning, but I respect his coaching abilities, and so I do think that he's gonna be able to right his ship this week. Like I can't see Oregon doing like
What's good, my boy Low? So you rather take what you got to take the Boise 26.5 or Oregon minus 12.5?
Oregon minus 12.5.
Oh,
There we
man.
go.
In
No.
Oregon, bro.
No.
This is a classic situation where not overreacting, but I understand they played Idaho close, and I told y'all Idaho was like a top 10 FCS team. Now, should Oregon play them that close? Absolutely not. But Josh and Jalen, we just sat here 20 minutes ago, and you told me Alabama played USF close to hell, and they playing them again. So you can say that for the last week. I think this is a perfect, bro. In no world, in like the next 4 weeks, are you getting Oregon minus 12.5 against any team? It's either going to be like 21.5, 22.5, because, bro, I think they're going to fix it. And Larry, Boise gave up 600 plus total yards to Georgia State or Southern.
Georgia Southern.
What? Chat. They gave up 660 something yards to Georgia Southern.
You have to take in consideration. Boise State has always been able to score with the best of them. Boise State can put points. I don't care who they're playing. They're gonna be able to score the football. They're gonna be able to score the football. They're going to Oregon. They are not scared of Oregon. They saw the Oregon that was trotted out there on the field against Idaho. We all saw that Oregon. It would have been closer if Idaho didn't fuck it up.
Chip don't like Dylan Gabriel. He capping.
Bro, I don't like left-handed quarterbacks. I really don't. Tua, whatever his name. I don't like left-handed quarterbacks.
It would have been closer if Idaho didn't turn the ball over. It would have been 7.
Yeah, and they jumped off sides on 4th and 7.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have been closer. This is not the same Oregon team. I don't think they fix it in 1 week. Give me Boise State with the points. They not finna beat Boise State.
I think Oregon defense is better than their offense this year, and we're gonna have to get comfortable with that because we're used to them being able to score, and they're gonna have to play defense. This is Dan Lanning's team. This ain't Chip Kelly. This ain't Mario. So this, Mario more emphasis on the O line. Dan Lanning is the defensive guy.
Yeah.
So I think this game is going to be a little bit low scoring than people think, and I'm
Yeah.
still.
And if you look at the history, even with Bo Nix, it took Bo Nix 2 years to get that thing rolling like that.
Bo Nix, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't like Bo Nix that much, and I'm not a huge fan of Dan Lanning as a person, but I like his coaching. And at the end of the day, what you just told me was this: we got a defensive coach who is at Oregon with unlimited NIL purse, who came from up under Kirby Smart and Nick Saban too, and then you got a team that let Georgia Southern or State, one of them, put 600 yards on them. So you're telling me that it's going to come down to whether Oregon can stop Boise State, because Boise State's not going to stop anything.
No.
Oregon's going to stop Boise State 3 to 4 times.
They are, bro. So here's what I say. So here's
are they though?
They are. They are.
Oregon's defense
that running back
is solid.
That running back is not running for no 220 yards. I don't see that.
Okay.
So this is what we'll do.
Maybe not 220, but he'll give me 250.
So chat, we're gonna come back to this. So listen, chat. So if you put Oregon or Boise State on your ticket, that's on you. We talked about it. We gave you information.
Yeah.
And if it loses, both sides. So if Boise gets their asses beat, that's on you. That was not an official pick. We talked about it. It was 2-2. And if Oregon whoops ass and you didn't put it on there, listen, it is what it is. So we're going to take that off our pool of picks because everybody was a little bit split on that. So now we're going to transition into minute 42 or transition into, before we get here, Josh had a perfect word for it. We're not trying to get Vanderbilted this week. So when we go into these big spreads, which of the team, it might have been Oregon, could have said that to Vanderbilt, but which of these teams that I'm about to name that's going to give us the Vanderbilt action that we had there? So we're going to start with Ole Miss favorite over Middle Tennessee by 35.5.
I think that's feasible. Ole Miss is going to
Middle Tennessee State. So Oregon excuse me, chat. Ole Miss minus 34.5 or Middle Tennessee plus 48.5.
Ole Miss.
That shit is crazy. That's funny as fuck.
Ole Miss. I mean, they Lane Kiffin has them boys looking extremely well.
They scored 70 last week, and it was effortlessly. It was effort.
Yeah, it was effortless 70.
They're not gonna have issues until they get to SEC team. So, you know what I'm saying?
Are you comfortable?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
So is everybody comfortable with Mississippi Ole Miss minus 34.5?
Yep.
So that basically got to win by 5 touchdowns.
Don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got a point to prove. They got a point.
Yeah.
This is the play. Hey, this is my playoff sleeper. And not really much of a sleeper because if we had 12
no, they did. No, me and Josh already picked them to go to.
It's like I think
tickets in the chamber, baby.
If the dice rolls the right way, we could see them in the SEC championship if they get the right.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. There's a world for that. There's a world for that.
All right, so we got Ole Miss minus 34.5. Everybody agreed on that. So moving on to Penn State, my boy James Franklin up there handled business for me. Got told Josh, get West Virginia out of here. I'm not worried about them. So we got Penn State minus 27 versus Bowling Green. And one thing before I let y'all take the floor, they got a new offensive coordinator from Kansas. And he was dialing it up. Like this is not the Penn State where they just trying to run the foot. There's passes down the field look like easy money. It was Drew Aller, flick of the wrist. So after saying that, Penn State at home opener at 12 o'clock, Bowling Green, Penn State minus 27. Yay, or Bowling Green plus 41, or leave it on.
Give me Penn State.
Penn State.
Is there a world where they don't cover that?
I think so, but I think the safer bet is Bowling Green not to lose by 41 points because I just don't think I don't think it's in Penn State's nature to blow teams out like that.
I don't
think it's in their nature. Like even when they do win, they win the game comfortably, but it's not like we're not going 69.
I give you that.
I have to humbly disagree this year because it's a 12-team playoff. You're fighting for seeding. You don't
And it
have
needs to
time.
look a certain way.
It needs to look like what Dion says. It needs to look a certain way. So you can't go out here, and me and Josh talk about this all the time. You got NIL, you got backup guys that should be playing, but they're like, okay, these first 4 or 5 games, I know we're gonna beat the draws. I expect to be in the game by the third quarter, or I'm out of here. That's just the world we live in. So we can't be playing around with these teams when we can't get our guys. And okay, I'm gonna piggyback with this prime example of why you have to. These teams that are not on your level, you have to beat their ass. Don't get Florida State because Florida State didn't have the guys because they were tussling. They were undefeated team tussling with everybody all year. So when their backups and their number 3s had to get in the game, they had no experience. They got their asses beat. I don't give a shit that it was Georgia. You're a top program. You lost 66-3. So this is why I say like teams like Ole Miss, Penn State, like they're trying to beat the draws, get their guys reps. That's what Lane was doing. I'm getting my guys reps.
I can't wait.
So.
I need to see all them 5 stars. If you had a top 5 class, I need to see it.
Yeah, they need to get the game.
They need to get the game. Because you got playoff run, they're going to go deep into the playoffs, and you got to be able to go.
So we all agree. We all agree on the Penn State.
I see what Frank was saying. I can't remember the last time I saw a Penn State win 60-something to 0, something like that.
Shit.
But
I mean, I may be wrong, but even when they had what was it, the running back,
Saquon.
Yeah, like. And they had a great team. Wasn't Dotson on that team too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had a great team. Hackenberg.
But that wasn't the era of they were running the ball. I'm telling you, they stretching the field.
Yeah. But I say now they throwing that thing. Penn State ain't never threw that thing like they did. Like they
getting wide receiver commits now.
Yeah.
So we'll stay in that division. Ohio State -31 versus Western Michigan.
Same thing.
Same.
They may you.
What you got to say, Larry?
You can bump that shit up.
Ohio State needs to do their damn job because I don't think they really did it last week.
They didn't. They won by 50 though, but it didn't. What Josh said, it didn't look a certain way.
That wasn't a real 50. That wasn't a real 50 ball.
No.
That was a 50 ball that left a bad taste in your mouth. So
I think you could stay with the original spread at 38. I think is. I mean, like you said, it has to look a certain way. Now that you guys are saying that, and I'm seeing that, but 38.
And also,
that's a safe bet too.
Bro, piggyback every quarterback.
Piggybacking off of that. I think this spread is not high enough because Western Michigan played Wisconsin pretty close. That's because TVD is terrible. They wound up winning by like 11 through 20 or something like that. So and then Ohio State they beat Akron by like 40 something, but it just didn't feel like an ass whooping. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm. This one will.
This one gonna hurt.
Hey, John, what you say? This is gonna feel like an ass whooping.
This one will. They hope about the ass this week.
Okay, next big spread: Oklahoma versus Houston. I know that Jalen, that's your boys. But them niggas, they don't got nobody. They went back in their stats. They haven't won a game in a minute. They lost to UNLV.
It's tough, man. I like Houston. I like their program, but they're going through some hard times right now. It's the transfer portal, man. Everybody is poaching all the damn talent. They can't keep no talent down there, man.
They coming down there and taking that shit.
They poaching all the talent.
So it's Oklahoma. So here's before I go. Oklahoma is they covered for me. I put a pick out -42.5. They covered for me, but I just got the worst. Like if it's a team that Vanderbilt's, it's these niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But they got the new quarterback in there. They got Brent Venables is his 3rd year, so I seen some things that I like. But they put up 42 plus on whoever they played last week. But a very alarming stat when I watched, they were 0 for 13 on 3rd down versus Temple. They got 6 turnovers, so that was a lot of points that they scored off of like pick sixes, fumble sixes. They didn't get their first down until the backups came in there and scored. They covered the spread. So I'll let y'all take it forward now. I mean, it's week 1. I do think they'll get it rectified, but 22.5 versus Houston. Are we laying that?
I think that's good. I don't think Houston has. They don't have anything to stop them from doing that.
Yeah.
I think Temple may be a better team than Houston right now.
And also, Temple's terrible, bro. Terrible. But they might be better than Houston.
They might be.
And another thing is, Oklahoma, I will say, they were playing defense. That looked like a Brent. Finally looked like a Brent Venables defense. You know, Oklahoma sometimes be having those USC looking linebackers just small. No. They had some dogs out there, and they played like it.
Them boys is geared up to play in the SEC. They got the hardest SEC schedule outside of, like, you know what I'm saying, besides what Florida got.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm going to go with Oklahoma because I live in Houston, and this is Texas. And nobody talks about University of Houston football, and this is Texas.
Yeah.
Okay. So we all agree. We all agree there. So far, just letting everybody know we haven't figured out anybody that's going to Vanderbilt right now out of the pool that. Besides, we didn't give Oregon as an official pick. We talked about it. So far, do y'all feel about anybody Vanderbilt?
I think Arkansas beats Oklahoma State this weekend.
Ooh, Josh wanted to talk about that. I'm not touching that shit.
I think Arkansas beats Oklahoma State this weekend.
Arkansas looked good this past weekend.
Yes,
the teasers, you got Arkansas plus 15.
I'm taking that.
Here you go, guys. Two touchdowns.
I'm taking that, bro. I'm taking that.
I do think Arkansas is gonna win, but I think 7.5 is cool.
But I like Larry said, Oklahoma State supposed to be top 2 in the Big 12.
Man.
So it's costing you.
Arkansas is one of those teams that's gonna catch a lot of people slipping this year.
They are right on the game, but them niggas is a headache. They got speed everywhere.
It's like that in real, bro. Go watch them play this past weekend.
Yes,
bro, it was storm from everywhere.
Hey, when y'all say they got speed, I say, y'all welcome because 2 of my kids play for them. So
okay,
was it how they said Woo Piggy, Woo Suey, whatever
Woo Suey.
All right, so we'll add that onto the pool. So guys, we're comfortable if you're betting and you don't want to take our picks and you like the Arkansas pick, we're comfortable with taking Arkansas plus 15. It's not going to be an official play, but it is on the show and it is going to be in the part of the pool. So you can come back to this if you want to blame us for that. It's not my fault. It's them 2 fault. Don't blame me.
I'll take it.
If you win, I'll take all the credit.
In about 3 weeks, it's going to be dangerous to put your money in the SEC. It's going to be real dangerous because any given week, any of these teams can go down.
Because you still got Missouri. We didn't even mention them.
Man,
that's great segue, Larry. We got about 20 more minutes. I'm going to transition to that. So Missouri's playing Buffalo with the teaser. We're getting minus 28.
Mm-hmm.
Where is this?
It's in Missouri.
It's in Missouri.
Okay, good.
Good night.
Buffalo State.
It ain't cold enough. It ain't cold enough yet, Larry. It ain't cold enough yet for it to make it.
It's cold in Missouri, though.
I bet you Buffalo, the high is going to be 60-something degrees this weekend. It gets like that early.
So you're thinking, if everybody's comfortable with Missouri minus 27.5.
Absolutely.
I think so too. All right.
I don't see them playing like
me either. They score too much. They score too fast.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get into some totals. I know Josh wanted. We mentioned the team. Northwestern and Duke under 42.5 or 43.5 or over 29.5.
I'm gonna say over 43.5 books read on the sideline if you combine both teams. It's a lot of brain power right there. Them ain't just CPAs. Those are brain surgeons.
But so I agree. I agree. That's one of my favorite picks. So I agree with you with the under because I've watched. Here's the reason why I love the under. One, Manny Diaz is the coach. Defense first.
Yep.
Defense, they blitz. They still got that trench work. I watched them. They got SEC trench work up there in Duke. I will say that. They faltered towards the end of the year last year because everybody started getting hurt. And they lost confidence in the team because Riley Leonard. Once your quarterback goes down, you're like, fuck, this season's over. So
season's done. Season's done.
So, and then two, Emran Henry is not as good as advertised from what I saw. He does not have command of the offense yet. And one can say this, him and Jordan Child from Oregon State, Trish from Michigan State, that would be super elite backup quarterbacks. That's one thing. When you come in the game and you're not the starter, when people don't really game plan for you, it's totally different when the game plan is on you.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't look well. That game was close. Who did they play? Elon? It was like 3-3 at halftime. That game was close.
I think we talked about that this weekend.
That's why I like the under. I like the under in it. But just playing devil's advocate, last year the score was 38-10, so they would have covered that. Duke just turned it on at the end. But they had Riley Leonard.
They don't have that offense this year.
No,
they don't. They have that receiver, I think, or something.
Did Murphy look like that?
That's what I'm talking about. He looked terrible.
They were okay. They didn't look good.
Okay, so we're good with that. Moving along. One other team I did forget to go over for the big spread is Notre Dame, Northern Illinois, Notre Dame minus 20.
Oh yeah, take that all day.
Yeah,
No
me
brainer.
too. No brainer. Some of these, I like them. Last year I was a little scared with these big numbers, but bro, it's dominant. Josh,
They got to, man. It's so much
I'm
more
high
competitive
on
to
Notre Dame.
getting that 12 team, especially
Yeah,
Notre
bro.
Dame.
I
Notre
was
Dame
impressed with
got
Notre Dame.
I'm high on
smack
Notre
everybody.
That's not a team that you just gonna circle in your schedule. You're gonna say, "Oh, that's a win." I don't give a shit if it's Georgia or Ohio State. You're gonna play. They're gonna play you tough. You might beat them, but they're gonna play sound football. They got trench work. They always got linebackers. They always got linebackers.
Always got linebackers.
They need to get their behinds in the damn conference because now they just cheating the system.
Yeah, they do. They do.
You can't play
coming.
Texas A&M and then play Charlotte High School for the next 11 games. You can't do that.
That's facts. But you know what? I think they're gonna have to, and I think what's gonna make them do it is the first time they lose in the first round.
They're getting a 9 seed
playoff.
Yeah.
They ever lose in the first round, like say they have 5 seed, they lose.
They're not gonna get the 5 seed. They're gonna get a 5 seed to a Big Ten runner up or SEC runner up. They're gonna get anywhere from the 12 to the 9 seed, and they're gonna have to play Georgia week 1 or week 2 after winning the first round game.
Exactly. They're gonna have to play Georgia or Alabama, whoever lost in the SEC championship, something like that. They're gonna have to play them.
And that's what he said. They need to get in the conference,
and that's what's gonna make them go join the ACC or something.
They're gonna be in the Big Ten soon,
or the Big 12, Big 10. They're gonna join.
They've been in the Big 10.
Yeah, I don't think it's the ACC. You're right.
So, all right. So now I think So next one. This one is absolutely hilarious because I got a funny story about this shit right here. So we got Iowa State over under 42 points. So I will say before everybody answers, Iowa got a new offensive coordinator. They had 3 passing touchdowns last week. So they're looking to score more this year. So I will say that. So I would not be surprised if this shit went over. But if I had to put my money on it, I'm going under 42. I'm a show me guy. But chat, don't be surprised if the score is like 21-17 in the third quarter. Hold on now.
Don't listen to him, chat. This is bad news bears.
Hey,
I'm not touching this one.
Okay, this is a funny ass story. So before we started recording this, me and Josh were on the phone, we were going over picks, and we had a 13-point teaser. It was Iowa versus fucking, I don't know who it was. The over-under for the
Northwestern.
fucking game
It was
was
Northwestern.
18 points. And Josh was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm taking the over. These niggas better score 18 points. They went out there and scored 12 points combined. I don't know what team it was. He took over 18. 4 quarters of football. 2 teams did not score over 18 points, bro. That shit was fucking hilarious.
It was 9-3, bro.
Hey, guess what? Hey, guess what, man? Iowa win the game like that. They at the club. That's a good win for them. That's a good win.
Hey,
That is a good win for them, boy. That's the style of football
That's
that
a
they
good
want to
point.
play.
That's a good point. They comfortable with that.
They don't care. They
All
don't care, boy.
Hey, look,
So,
I would take the under on that because even 40-something points. You said it's 42.
42 and a half. 42.
So if you look at it right like this, right? Let's say
scoring that
Iowa, they
many
do want to score more this year. Oh, cool. Iowa State,
they're not going to let school.
They're not letting
Yeah.
them do this, and then Iowa is not going to get scored on 3 times for touchdowns.
No.
Nope.
They're not
And
gonna
that's
score
it.
more points.
Let's see if you touch the ball that many times. I was going to slow that bitch down. They're going to slow it down. Because they want to run that I form. They got a boy back there taking snaps 6'6", 250.
One that I forgot to mention, I wanted to get out there. We got about 15 minutes left. Is Memphis versus Troy. Memphis 11 and a half or Troy plus 25 and a half or leave it alone.
I'm not touching that. Troy,
Me personally, I'm not.
I don't like that game. I just see what happens.
Because I just see what happens. Because I like Memphis, but I can see Troy playing them tough.
It's Troy. They do that shit every year.
Every year, it's always because they just
They're a
lost.
tough football team.
Okay, what you got anything to add to that, Larry?
Nope.
All right. So this is one of Josh's that he wanted to talk about the Arkansas Oklahoma State over in this game. I think with the teaser, Josh, it would be I can't find it. It would be
54 and a half.
whoa. God
That's the
damn,
normal.
makes
That's
that-
the normal spread.
Oh, so it'd be
no.
55 and a half. It'd be 55 and a half.
Normal spread is 62 and a half. That's
God
normal.
damn.
That's what I'm telling you, shit. That's what I'm saying. But Arkansas is out here. I don't know how this happened. But they got
Bobby
I got to do
Petrino,
research on the offense.
So I tell you what, I would the under is 69 and a half. I wouldn't even be comfortable taking that shit.
Mm-mm.
That's easily 30. That could be 30 to 20 in the third quarter. They definitely
That's what I'm
don't that shit.
They can put it at 60 in the first
They
half.
just scored 70. I don't care what your team, how bad your team is. If a team scores 70 on you, they got some type of offense working.
Dude, they got something's going on.
Okay, so we're all comfortable with the over with that.
Yeah.
So now let's get into minute 62, the official picks out of the pool. So we need 6 that we're all comfortable on. So I'm gonna start with Texas. We all got Texas money line with the team.
Absolutely.
We all agree on that. We got Colorado 14.
Yep.
Okay, that's 2. We got Alabama minus 24.
Absolutely.
What is our next one after
Tennessee.
those 3?
Go ahead and
Tennessee
get to
money
it.
line.
Let's go and get that.
Yep.
That's what I had to cut away. I meant to cut that today.
Yeah, so Tennessee, that's 4. The next ones would be Ohio State minus 31. We would have App.
They need to win that game by 31.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm comfortable that
They do.
they need to win that game. They need to go win by 40.
We also have Baylor in there at 7.5. We added Arkansas. So Baylor. So Larry says Baylor. Penn State at. So we need 6 good ones. We got Penn State at minus 27. We got Duke under 42.5.
Yep.
We got Arkansas plus 14. We need one more. We got Utah minus 7, Notre Dame minus 20, Iowa State.
I think the Iowa State is the for sure under. For sure under. I mean that's what I think.
Yeah.
It'll be between that and the Utah. That Utah
Yeah.
-7 is easy money.
All right.
Yeah, that
so
I
y'all
think
don't
Notre
think
Dame
Notre
is easy
Dame?
money too.
I think Notre Dame.
too. The pool
So-
looked good this week.
Yeah. So Notre Dame -20. Or Penn State -27.
Either one, bro.
Notre
You
Dame.
go wrong. I feel like they both gonna hit.
Yeah.
Notre Dame or Utah -7.5.
If you force me, I'd probably just take the Utah because I know that they're gonna win by a touchdown.
Now they're gonna win by 2 touchdowns or a field goal. It's 7.5.
Well, if that's the case, go Notre Dame.
Marcus Freeman is not playing.
He's not. I see how he walked into that game.
Yeah,
So,
I
or
didn't
Ole
know.
Miss-
I respect.
He
the
can-
Ole
law.
Miss
he can breathe.
-34.
he can breathe now. He done got his tough game out the way. He ain't got another one to USC.
And he
Don't
gonna
know.
put foot in their ass.
All
Yeah.
right. So
Shit mess
okay.
with the
So
money.
we'll.
Ooh, wait though. Could Notre Dame have a hangover? You know, could they have one of those,
That's
high
the-
emotional hangovers? I don't think
Vanderbilt.
so.
If that's the case,
But-
then it's Utah.
But against Northern Illinois, though, man, I don't know, man. I think Notre Dame handles that.
I think Notre Dame is going to win that game because there's no chance that it's going to be. There's no chance that they would only win by 14. So
Yeah.
I don't think Marcus Freeman got a hangover in him.
Or
No,
do you
me-
want to put do y'all want to put Ohio State as the 6th?
Let's go Notre
I
Dame.
think Notre Dame is more impressive in this than Ohio State was last week.
Yeah, I do
Respect.
tell you what, Northern Illinois, they are trying to score the football. The quarterback had 5 touchdowns this weekend.
They're not doing that. I'm telling you that right now. They're not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. They're not doing that. Not at.
Not in South Bend.
Now they South Bend. That was saying that.
Yeah, they better come up there ready to run the football. But they're not throwing the ball.
Quarterback won't make it out alive.
Yeah. Okay. And how are they going to stop them? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if Notre Dame can't stop them, they can't stop Notre Dame.
Okay. So we got for our official pick, and we're going to do the official pick. We're going to do some spread picks. We're going to official pick, lotto ticket, spread pick, and then we'll wrap it up. So, minute 67 official pick. We got Texas money line a -1, 7-point teaser. We got Alabama -24, 7-point teaser. We've got Colorado +14 or 14.5, 7-point teaser. We've got Tennessee money line 7-point teaser. We've got Notre Dame -20, and I think we need one more. That's only 5. Right, Larry? That's 5, right? So we got, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. We need one more.
You choose shit.
How do y'all feel about the under on the Duke Northwestern game?
See, I already have that. We'll know that game's on Friday, so we'll know if the ticket gonna lose or not. 42
Yeah.
that. I don't think they're gonna score 40. The only concern is if Duke goes out there and scores 30
Yeah.
and Northwest gets 10. That's the only concern.
Yeah,
but
that can happen.
Yeah, they do have a receiver that damn, man.
But Northwestern is they can give Murphy some fits. I don't think Duke scores 30 in that game.
Me either. I know Northwest is not scoring 14. Not Manny Diaz at the
They just as bad as Iowa.
So y'all want to do that for the it's either that or Utah or Penn State
Utah.
or Ohio State.
I'll take Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean Utah's safer.
All right.
Duke can go out there and explode one good time, and now we looking crazy on a Friday night.
Yeah. So right now, chat again, minute 69. Alabama minus 24, Colorado plus 14, Tennessee minus a half a point money line, Texas money line, Notre Dame minus 20, Utah minus 8.5. Roughly about $60 will get you $300 if that ticket hits. So that is our official. We told you all week 16 teaser. Now we're going to do it really quick. So obviously we're going to keep those teams in there for the lotto ticket. Minute 69. So we're going to add for the lotto ticket for FanDuel. We're going to add Penn State minus 27. We're going to take Northwestern Duke under 43.5. Are we comfortable with Ole Miss minus 34.5?
Yes.
Yep.
Ole Miss minus 34.5. Ohio State minus 31. For Augusto.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. Appalachian plus 24.5.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Y'all sound like that need to be on the official fucking ticket.
Man, I don't know why we didn't bring that up. Clemson not beat them dudes by no 20.
Because the pool's so deep. The pool was deep. I didn't think about it till late.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, we can do another. I'll post another after we do that. We can come back to.
Just
let me
add
finish
to
this.
it.
And then we're gonna go. I also like the Tennessee NC State over. And the last one we're gonna add Oklahoma State Arkansas over 55.5 lotto ticket. So you guys could come back to that, and I'll post this on the page with the list of it. Now again, if you deviate and you add Memphis or you add Florida Atlantic versus Army, that's on you. Nobody said nothing about that, okay? Or if you take Clemson to win by 10.5 and they win by fucking 9, that's on you. So don't call me. All right, done with that. Now here's the moneymaker that most greedy people want to look for. This is the spread. So spread Texas minus 7. Or where are you comfortable taking it down to? Up or down? More so down because nobody's going to take it. They're too scary for that. So
put the money
obviously
on the floor.
So what
You talking about take Texas up
to the spread, the regular spread. The regular spread is 7.5.
You can take that shit up.
Talk to Jay Frank.
You can take it up to 20, bro. But when they finna walk, dog
Talk
walk
to
with you,
Jay
man.
Frank.
All right, so we got Texas for a lotto pick. So we need about
we gonna be looking at Georgia versus Clemson again. I'm telling you.
Hey Jay, you sound like Terrence Howard in that basketball.
You said, man, what?
I tried.
Alabama minus 31 or
Yeah.
Or what?
Oh,
You gonna bump it up?
I feel so bad for USF.
I was gonna take. Now, are you guys? So remember, this is the regular. So you can either in from the pool that we have for the last game, because I only want to do 3 picks for a parlay. Ohio State minus 38, Colorado plus 7, or Nebraska minus 7. Houston Oklahoma minus 28. Appalachian plus 17.5, or Clemson minus 7. Well, obviously y'all not taking that shit. Tennessee minus 7.5. Out of those teams that I named, Penn State minus 34.5, Notre Dame minus 27.
I think Tennessee is a safer bet.
I like that Tennessee, man.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the crazy thing is, chat. Here's the crazy thing is, everything I did not speak to none of y'all. I've already put in some tickets, and let me tell you, literally, this is what I had. I got Northwestern Duke under 46.5. You see that? You see the shit I just said. It's at 42.5. I saw that shit on Monday when the spread. I said, oh no, hell no, they're not scoring those. 7 times what 640. They're not scoring 6 TDs in a field goal.
Where they gonna get the touchdowns from? That's what you got to ask yourself. Where they coming from?
So on Duke Northwestern under 46.5. I got Texas money line. I got Utah is a little bit higher. I got them at -10. It's at 7 now. North Carolina -14.5. They're going to win by that. Colorado +14. Tennessee plus Tennessee money line. I got another ticket. Notre Dame -23. Ole Miss -33.5. Alabama -24.5. Missouri -27. Tennessee, NC State over 52. I just watched Western score 30, so I know unless Tennessee just clamps down. And I got Iowa State under 43.5. And then another ticket, same teams. I got Texas money line, Alabama -24, Tennessee -1, Utah -8, Oklahoma -21, Notre Dame -23. I just don't. I really don't see these teams get. And then for a parlay, I got Texas -4, Bama -31, Tennessee -7. And this is before I even talk to y'all.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, break that down.
I'm gonna post the official tickets on the page. I appreciate all y'all coming through. Me and John, we might do a Thursday show because people are going to ask for NFL, and I'm not giving too much out for that because I don't know. They don't do their job, bro. You'll be eating chicken wings happy. Your team's up 10. And the spread is 9, and then you take a nap, you wake up, they only won by 3. Like,
any final thoughts? Any upsets? Anybody got this week?
Well, he already said one. Everybody get one. If they could give one upset, we're gonna call it one Vanderbilt. If you can get one Vanderbilt or Florida State.
What you got? Anybody? I got one in the chamber. I'll start if everybody
what you got?
I got Syracuse.
Ooh, I knew you was gonna go there. I knew you was gonna go there.
I'm very intrigued to see what happens in this game.
Syracuse
and Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. Did you see the points on that? The points on that is like 60, 64, 65.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's crazy for Georgia Tech.
And so I'm very.
So who you got? It's 3.5. Favorite Georgia Tech.
I got Syracuse covering.
Ooh, I don't know, man. I think Georgia Tech's gonna win that game.
I think they more than likely will, but I think that game is gonna be real close. Like they might just win that game by field goal.
Man,
Georgia Tech look good.
Georgia Tech look good, but Syracuse, I've been I got plugged in a little bit.
Everybody thought Hayden King couldn't throw that ball.
What y'all think about South Carolina, Kentucky?
Hayden King threw 400 last week.
South Carolina.
I have no comment on that program.
Hey, this is a video game for South Carolina, but this ain't a video game, so I don't know.
I don't know, bro. I hate when I don't know. I just don't know.
Bro, the only quarterback that played worse than Graham Mertz this past weekend was South Carolina's, and he played Old Dominion.
Who's South Carolina?
And I'm gonna tell you
right. South Carolina got Kentucky, don't it?
Yep. And they did not look good against Old Dominion. My mom was at the game. She called me.
Give me Kentucky. Kentucky's gonna tap.
Well, that's not an upset because they favored.
Kentucky's favorite.
Yeah, they have to be.
Yeah, they have. What's the name? Stinks.
Hey, can I get my upset out the way? Let me get mine out the way.
What's that? Oh boy,
Colorado.
I already know
it. I'm going pound, baby.
Yeah.
Hey,
I tell you what. Hey Josh, I fucking tell you what. You better not go out there and lose by 14. I'm gonna know fucking something. I know that much.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm telling you that right now.
Bro,
I'm gonna be too big.
Endless words for this nigga. They go out there and lose.
He better not lose by fucking 14.
I better not see a fucking YouTube clip.
I hope they do win, but I can't see it on what they put on the field, bro. I
can't see it either.
I don't know, bro.
Hey, look, all I'm gonna say is this. As long as Colorado don't go out there and play man the whole game again.
They gonna play man. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
They do, bro.
Well, you know how hard it is to cover across the route whenever people running 23 miles an hour across the route.
Man,
You can't
they gonna
do
go
it.
man. They act like they got goddamn Jadeveon Clowney rushing the quarterback. They don't. Them
They
boys
don't,
not getting
bro.
home. You
The
asking
boy-
these guys to cover receivers
Bro,
for
the boys is not getting home.
they
Bro.
not getting home, man. Yeah, you asking these receivers, these DBs to cover receivers for 5-6 seconds. I don't care how Jalen Ramsey can't cover a nigga for 5-6 seconds.
He cannot.
You know what? I think
one issue with having a whole bunch of coaches who were like Hall of Fame or pro athletes.
yeah, because nobody can play like you.
They don't actually understand how hard the game is to regular people.
Yeah, that's why Kobe Bryant would be a terrible coach, and
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was a terrible owner.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I have
it's
no
like
comment on their defensive line coach.
Coach Prime, I think is a great coach, but like you can't expect your.
Hey, they
your
gotta keep Sap off the cameras, man.
I think
Bro.
I found. I think
He's not
I'ma
recruiting.
go
He's
out
not going to
on a
nobody's
limb.
house.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. I am
Right.
gonna go with. I'm gonna go with for not an upset, but to cover.
Who you got?
I am going to go with Appalachian State. I'm just not falling for that
No,
shit.
sir. That's the easy way out. I was
No,
just singing
sir.
Tom Petty in the swamp the other day. No,
boy
sir.
said-
Because,
That boy said Clemson, Florida State Junior.
bro, there's no way, bro. They just don't have.
Bro,
Maybe because of trench work, but
shit.
that's 2 TDs in a field goal. They are capable of doing that because they beat Georgia Tech by 21 last year. And I think Georgia Tech last year is better than Appalachian this year. So they are capable of doing that. And then the next one, yo boys. I don't think y'all gonna beat California by no 17
Boy,
points.
get out of here. Get out
Yeah,
of
all
here.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Auburn.
Auburn.
We're gonna run it up.
Hey, bro.
But y'all got no business.
Hey, they got.
They're not.
Hey,
The spread
I
is
don't know what
13.
they got down there at Auburn, but they flipping. One of our linebackers flipped to Auburn in the middle, but right before the Florida game.
Hugh Freeze, that offense that Nick Saban deemed as dangerous. They said the plays was too fast. We can't get
Where's
our
that?
children
It's
on
in-
and
oh,
off
it's in
the
Auburn.
field.
Never mind.
That offense
It's in Auburn.
is dangerous.
Yeah,
And
they'll
we
win.
will beat California by
The
probably
money on the floor down there. Hey, man, my boy
2 or
Connor
3
Lou down
touchdowns.
there. I
This
love
is a
Connor
I'ma
Lou.
go-
prove it game. This is a prove it game. 'Cause,
I'ma go out on
I'm
the limb.
optimistic, but I don't believe yet.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there will be no upsets this week.
None.
Not
Okay.
based off the. No, I don't.
Okay.
Arkansas.
I don't-
Arkansas. That's your biggest bet. Arkansas is going to beat Oklahoma.
That's so.
Oh, okay. Well, I
disrespectful.
mean, no.
Guess how we're
You're
ending the
not.
show? Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
I'm
now
going to
if I
say.
come on here, I'm gonna have a big old cup of orange juice if Syracuse get the win. Now I'm telling y'all, they got a black coach just like Prime. He not getting the same love.
Yeah, they do. He's a good coach. I forgot where he came from.
Georgia defensive backs coach. They won't.
Yeah,
win.
okay. I
I
thought.
mean,
Yeah.
he can coach. He can coach his ass off. Syracuse
Well,
is
I mean-
a good team, but I don't think they beat Georgia Tech.
Is-
I don't
is
think they
V-
beat
is-
not
Is VTech beating Marshall by 20.5?
Oh, that's my other one. Marshall's covering. Marshall's covering. My Marshall
Well,
people been telling me
listen.
to watch out.
I'm not touching that. They on chat. VTech is on my ban list. Them niggas is not getting a dollar out of me. I
Oh,
don't
they
even
won't get a
fucking
dollar out of
play.
me. They won't get a dollar out of me.
I'm not
Yeah,
touching.
you
I'm not touching. I'm not touching Vatek.
I won't touch Florida State until they come to Miami in 3 weeks.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna ask
Florida
y'all
State
something.
versus
Who
Florida
y'all
State
think
might
will
not
win the
win the
ACC?
game.
Who
Florida
y'all
State
think will
might not
win
win
the
the
ACC
game.
championship?
Who?
Miami and
I've been putting the money
Clemson.
on the floor. This
Man,
is a
Miami
flip
and
NIL
what you
hat.
just say, shit? Shit, what you
Bruh.
just say?
who else did you just? I just watched Vanderbilt lose to fucking VTech lose to Vanderbilt. I just watched Florida State can't even score against Boston College, and Clemson is better than Clemson is better than Boston College, and Clemson
No.
is better than Georgia Tech.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
No,
come
no,
on.
no,
All right,
no, no.
now let's
We
not.
talk
They
about-
did
we
play
talk about
Georgia.
ACC. So how are they split? Are they still doing the Coastal and
Or
Atlantic?
No,
Larry,
it's
So
none of that.
it's just one big conference, right?
yeah.
Yep.
So they
Okay,
don't
we
play
talking
none
about
of
the
them.
top dogs in the conference right now. After week 1, you got Miami, you got Georgia Tech, you got Boston College. Them are the only 3 teams that I saw this weekend that could possibly get
Louisville.
to Louisville played well too.
I gotta watch them. I watched USC go out there and beat the draws off them last year, and I think they're not as good as they were.
Miami played Louisville coming off a bye.
I think Boston College is much better. Florida State is a bad.
They ain't going to no
Boston
fucking
College.
ACC.
They have
potential to update. They
you
can cause
niggas
problems.
get off of my stream. Boston College is
athletic.
going to
They can run it back.
Shit. If Miami play Boston College in Charlotte, hey, y'all can come to the tailgate, baby.
But listen,
because I'm beating the niggas by 50.
Let's I'm gonna go through the schedule. So who's you about to say, or maybe SMU,
Boston, So Boston College, you can't put a whole lot of stock into them beating Florida State like that because they almost beat Florida State last year. It's more so
I watched that. I was in Texas with you. I was in Texas with LeBron when that one.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So okay. So Clemson plays App.
I like them.
Okay.
Clemson plays App. So win.
Yeah.
Okay. They play NC State. NC State got them last year. They play them at home. Let's give them that win. They're at home.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, just we're giving them the credit. We're giving them benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
It's going to be a tough game. I think they'll win. So that's 2-1.
He's not losing to DJU.
Then he plays Stanford. That's 3-1. Then he plays fucking Florida State. That's 4-1. Then they play Wake Forest. That's 5-1. Then they play Virginia. That's 6-1. Louisville. They might lose that. Okay, 5-2. Then they play VTech. Just watch VTech lose to even. Okay, they lose to VTech 5-3. Then they play Pitt. They're going to beat Pitt. Exactly. So 6-2. Then they play Pitt 7-2. The Citadel 8-2. South Carolina 9-2. I mean,
it's gonna be
based off a schedule. 10-2, based off a schedule.
They got
a layup.
They don't play Miami this year or Carolina.
They got a layup.
Carolina good this year.
Okay, and then listen to Florida State. Florida State. Here's their schedule. Matter of fact, I'm not going. They're cool.
You don't have to.
They're not going to no.
I want to hear Georgia Tech schedule.
Okay, Georgia Tech schedule is daunting.
Who they play?
They got the hardest schedule in the ACC.
Yeah, they do have the hardest schedule in the ACC.
They're not going to the championship either.
They're not.
But you can't count them out. So they play.
No, sir. They play Notre Dame, VTech, Miami, and NC State and Georgia. Good night. No need to talk about the niggas. Back to back to back to back. No, sir. Moving on. No, sir. You're not going to nobody's championship,
bro. But it's
why
gonna
did
be
they do
weird
that to themselves? Like,
but they caught the shit in us like Florida. Florida needs to go to their congressmen. Like, how y'all do us like this? We SEC faithful.
Now listen to this.
Why would you schedule Notre Dame and Georgia in the same year as your non-conference opponents?
That's crazy, bro. And then SMU plays BYU this Friday. They should win. Then they play TCU. Should win. Is that home?
I don't think they win that.
They play Florida State. Florida State can't even score
at home.
At home, but SMU got 4 straight home games. They played Sam Houston, BYU, TCU, Florida State, and then their first road game is not until October 5th. They play Louisville.
That's a big game.
And then even if they lose that, they play Stanford, win, Duke.
They'll be Duke. So you saying it's gonna be
Miami work for me.
Miami, Clemson, and SMU
for sure. Those are my. Miami's locked in. I don't give a shit if they lose 2 games. They're going because everybody else is going to lose 2 or 3.
I think from looking at the schedules, I think the ACC championship game is SMU versus Miami. I think Clemson.
That's Miami. That's Miami South right there.
I think Clemson loses their way out of the championship.
I don't think so. Dabo ain't gonna do that. He ain't playing Georgia.
If that happens, then they're gonna have a field
I think
day.
they drop one. I think they lose to NC State.
Wow.
And I think Clemson loses to was it Louisville? Do they play Louisville?
Yeah.
Tyler and Spartanburg
Yeah.
would be
I think
No,
they
but
lose.
they're
Now
not
they go
losing to
8-3.
Louisville.
They go 8-3.
I'm gonna tell you why they're not. I'm gonna tell you why they're not losing to Louisville, because it's one of those things where it's one of those things like an NFL, when you have a program's number, you just don't lose to them, and they have Louisville's number. They just, for some reason, they just like NC State plays Clemson. It doesn't matter how bad NC State is, when they play Clemson, that shit is a dogfight. And no matter how good Louisville, go back since Lamar Jackson was there, the last time Louisville beat Clemson. Let me see. It might have been recent, but they usually last time.
When was Lamar there?
Lamar was there almost 10 years ago.
So that 2016, 2017?
Yep. Probably right before that.
Yeah, he still lost. He lost in 2016.
I know he did. Look,
That's
okay.
when Deshaun
Okay.
was there. And Deshaun
Well,
and
gentlemen,
Trevor Lawrence.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Yes,
Damn,
sir.
He lost again. Yep. Hey, damn.
They have a 8-game losing streak versus Clemson. So y'all save that for y'all betting notes.
Good night.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all.
He said the same thing about Auburn and Auburn versus Alabama in Auburn.
I wouldn't bet on that game.
In Jordan there, Auburn can get that dub.
I would
Any
never
day
bet
of
on
the
the Iron Bowl.
Bro, listen. If you go look at the last 20 years, I looked it up. Every single game that is in Auburn, it doesn't matter how good Alabama is, the shit is within 10 points. Every time that shit goes to Alabama, it's within 30 points. They're getting their asses slaughtered. Go look at it. I seen it. So it's in Alabama this year. Guess what the score gonna be? Fucking 40 to goddamn 20.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is, because Hugh Fuse. Hugh Fuse was talking shit, and Nick Saban gonna be all in that locker room telling Kalen DeBoer beat his ass because he think he close to us, and programs need to understand the stepping. There's a stepping stool to this. You're here, I'm here. You need to understand that. You're not there yet.
The only thing that can hold Alabama back is Nick Saban that week taking over.
Yeah, facts. But I appreciate y'all. I'll holler at y'all. I'm gonna send the pics out. All right.